G'day folks, MODMAN here and welcome to the workshop. In this episode I will be modifying the Trad pole tip to fit just about 90% of all window cleaning tools. Alright, let's get into it. What I'm going to start with here is removing this rubber section from the pole tip. Okay, I've just cut it and basically ripped that rubber section completely off, leaving just your standard pole tip section here. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this on the belt sander and I'm going to take some meat off of this section here. Right, so now for you guys that don't have a belt sander, I like to do this for you guys as well because not everyone has got a belt sander or a lathe or, you know, a welder, etc. And all you need to get yourself, if you do a couple of files, okay? You want a harsh file to start with. This is actually a timber file, so this is good to get the bulk of it off, okay? And then just finish it up with a steel file, nice fine one, but just it's plastic, so use whatever you've got at hand. So what you want to do is take this down so you can just barely feel the thread on that thread on the end of the tip there. Do that with this, so you can you're taking the meat off, okay? And then you come through with your file and you just your fine file, and you come through and you clean that up and you tidy that up, and you keep checking it with your pole tip, Unger pole tip. Keep checking it to fit, okay, until you're happy that it goes on nice and snug. Now where I've taken this to, as I'll show you, okay, so I've filed this down, so as you can see, you can barely just see and barely just feel that that thread there. Now I've taken it back to the top of that pointer. Just use that as your guide. What you want to do is just grab your Dremel or a nice sharp knife, and before you start filing, just make a nice little groove around there so you've got something to file to. Okay, so now we've got that nice and cleaned up. The Unger tip sits nicely onto that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is drill a couple of holes to take those locating pins that are in the Unger tip. Okay, so I'm just going to take the Unger tip here. I'm going to find the locating pins. I'm just going to use, this is just a little bit of pipe. I'm just going to pop that in there until I feel the until I can feel the lip. Hold that against there and just mark it. Okay, take your tip and your marking stick. Use that ridge that we've just made as your depth guide. Pop it up against it and mark your position for your holes. Now we can just drill there and we can drill straight through, which will give us the other side as well. Okay, so pop it into your vise. I'm using the actual locator of the pole tip itself as my straight line. You don't have to do whatever you like, doesn't really matter where these holes go. So, and we'll drill straight through. Right folks, we have the pole tip modified down to suit the Unger tip. So now what we do, you basically and simply just pop that on till it clicks into place, and then that is nice and tight. If you find that you've maybe ground it down a little bit too much and it's a bit wobbly, whack a little bit of tape on there. That'll snug the fit nice and tight. So now we have an Unger pole tip to fit the Trad 4, whatever Trad you've got, and look how nice and tight it is right down the bottom there. Lovely, nice and snug. This now will fit many tools. I'll show you what this will fit now. Alright, so let's see the tools that this takes now, and these are only the tools that I have at hand. This Unger tip will take, I believe, 90% of all the handles out there. So let's have a look first of all. Obviously we have wagtail. Wagtail fits to the Unger tip like a dream. Most wagtails come with a hole. If your wagtail doesn't have a hole, just drill one in the handle, because that means it's Loctite. So that's the power pivot or slipstream, fits that beautifully. Obviously your slimline wagtails, again, a hole in there, pop straight in, absolutely like a dream. Angle arms, if you want to do some pole work over or under, again, slips in. The beauty of having this point here, this clip here, pole tip clip, it doesn't allow the tool to twist. Also, because this pole tip has that section there, that's also acts as an anti-twist as well, so that works absolutely brilliantly. Alright, that comes off. What other tools have we got? The Moerman. If you've ever tried to fit a Moerman accelerator handle to another pole tip, another brand's pole tip, you'll find that you have quite a bit of difficulty. However, the Moerman accelerator handle fits like a dream to the Unger tip. It comes already with a hole on that side. It comes with its own, the normal hole there, the push button hole there, but it also has one on the other side. So that one there actually fits perfectly into that spot right there. Let's suppose you want to use an Attore. This is an Attore Comfort Contour Plus. Now the hole doesn't match up, but it fits nice and snug onto that handle. If you do want to use the pin, the locating pin, just drill another hole in here like you do with the accelerator, and that will also pop in nice and snug. What else does it take? Scrapers. They fit also nice and snug. I've yet to find a handle that doesn't fit nice and snug onto the Unger pole tip. Even make up your own cobweb brushes, they all fit, click in nice and snug also. So there you go, that's the MODMAN's modified Trad pole tip adapter. Now, just a quick note on this. I've got this ready for you guys that want to go ahead right now and change it. If you can't wait for Perry to bring out this version, because I have sent this to Perry and he's agreed to make this up for the guys that have already got the old tip, and he will send out to them this brand new tip. I'll take this off. He will send out this brand new tip to fit straight into your trad pole. All you do is take out the old pole tip, put the new one already machined, it will come to you already machined straight in. All you've got to do is go and grab yourself an Unger tip, an Unger pole tip, and that will fit directly onto this pole tip. Alright, and there you have your modified trad pole tip for perfect use. Alright folks, so let's have a look now, see what we can do. We've got a trad pole and we've got a Reach It Mini. Now let's have a look at what we can do here. Now we can either use the trad pole with, for example, a high flyer, because you've got the tip, or with your Moerman accelerator, because you've got the tip with your trad pole. Now if you want to, if you've got a higher window, if you want to do some trad work on with your Mini, let's just take this tip off there. It's already set, ready to go, straight onto the Mini, clamp it up. Now you've got a traditional pole tip on your Mini. If you want to put your high flyer onto that, again, it just clicks into position and you have your high flyer ready to go. Let's take that off. If you want to pop on your accelerator, I don't have the channel in here at the moment, but you want to pop your accelerator on, again, pop it on and click it in. There it goes. The accelerator is ready to go on your either your Trad 4, 8, 12 or your Reach It Mini or Pro, whatever you have. And then you can take that off, put it back in your Mini, put it back in your Trad. You can grab your weapon, and that goes straight in. So you've now got a very unified, universal little system going on here, and that works really, really well.